Gewaldige Sache happened today at breakfast in the dining room. Just want to mention the Maisa. Gewaldige Maisa. The Maisa goes like this. I was sitting eating breakfast with the Olim and somebody comes, one of the Chosh V'Bachim. This way you don't know who it is. One of the Chosh V'Bachim. Sitting with a plate and he had eggs and he had olives and he had tomatoes. And he's about to dig in and enjoy his breakfast and he's like, hold on a minute. Which bracha do I make first? And I said, that means I come to yeshiva for a reason. There's halach Hashem for a reason. Baruch Hashem. All right, Gavaldik, Baruch Hashem. Just wash. All right. We're in the middle of the sugya. We're in the middle of the sugya of Refuah. We want to finish off the sugya of a meichash and move on to a chodesh she'ein by sakana, because that is very, very important. But before we move on to a chodesh she'ein by sakana, which is the next shlav, the next level up in illnesses, and then of course we're going to get to chodesh she'yesh by sakana pekuach nefesh. A lot of interesting shailas, very important things for a person to remember and be aware of if chas v'shalom aleinu ever faced with such a shaila. But before we move on to chodesh she'ein by sakana, I want to discuss one last sugya in meichash, and that is the sugya of doing things that do not have a medical alternative. In other words, there are certain things, until now we have been discussing headaches, colds, all these sorts of things that you can take pills for. What can you do for them? So we even spoke about Michael Briam, that you can have healthy food, chicken soup and the such. And that's okay. But what about things that there is no medication available for these things? Is a person allowed to do some kind of healing act if there is no medication involved? So let me give you a bunch of different examples that could be negeya. The general halacha is anything that cannot be healed through medication is mutter to be done on Shabbos unless there's another problem. Meaning unless we'll find another issue with it, there's no issue in doing something that could even be some kind of healing if there's no medication. Just to give you a small example, right, which is like the tiniest, smallest example. A person has a nosebleed, okay? And he wants to, block off his nose to stop the blood from coming out. Just push it so you shouldn't make a mess or whatever. That's mutter. You're stopping a nosebleed. But there is no, as far as I know, pill that you can take that will work within a few seconds to stop the blood from coming out. Mimela, anything that falls under that category and others is going to be mutter to be done on Shabbos, even though theoretically you could say you're healing yourself. Okay? So let me give you an example. Exercise and things like that. Exercising, physical activities are generally things that cannot be done through pills, right? If there is, by the way, let me know. As far as I know, there is no pill alternative to going to work out in the gym. There's either you work out in the gym or you don't work out in the gym. If there is a pill, please let me know, because I don't make it down to the gym. And it would be great if I could take something instead of going down to the gym. But I don't think there is. Reuven, you must him, right? There's nothing, right? No. That's for building muscles. I'm not talking about building muscles. I'm talking about the actual working out, the exercising. No, it doesn't do that. But that's not a pill. It's not a medication. That's not okay. Well, don't give away too many things. I can't say any names, but there are people watching, and I'm going to. All right, Rabbi Say. So as far as I know, there's no pill alternative. There's no medication that you can take for that. So therefore, there should be no gzeiris chazal on schika samamonim of crushing things. Because you cannot crush anything, because nobody uses crushed things or pills when it comes to these things. So, be'etzem, exercise is mutter to do on Shabbos Kodesh. However, there's always a but. Normally the but goes the other way around, by the way. Normally we say it's also, but l'maisa. Somebody once said that to me. I think I was giving share in a Chassidish place, and he says to me, I always have to stay to the end of your share. I said, okay, that's nice. Like, why? He says, because in the beginning you started, this is osa, and it's terrible, and it's a gefelach matzav. And then he said, but l'maisa. They said, tei mazoi, so you have to stay till the end. No. Okay, Moshe, we'll get to it another time. Okay, just come to the second half of the first half. But, where's the but? The Shulchan Aruch says clearly, and this is important, if you do any exercise in order to induce sweat, that is asur on Shabbos. That is also. Now we know that sweating is a very, very healthy, it's a very healthy outlet, it's a very healthy result, it's a very healthy goal. And therefore, any type of exercising that is done kidei, Lashon of the Shulchan Aruch, to sweat, is going to be problematic. So number one, any exercising that you're doing to sweat is avada out. Number two, weightlifting. For those of you that call what you lift weightlifting, okay, is also on Shabbos because many poskim hold it's uvdin dechol. It's uvdin dechol. It's a weekday activity to start lifting weights. In fact, they tell you that the weights are actually muktzah. As I paskin many poskim. Muktzah. Which muktzah is it? Okay, another discussion at a different time. Yeah, okay, fine. Al Kaponi Rabbi say, if you're doing it in order to sweat, then it's problematic. If you're weightlifting, then it's a problem of uvdin dechol. But if a person's stomach wants to have a bit of exercise, let's say a person wants to go for a quick walk because he needs the metabolism, healthier, whatever it is, person wants to do a couple of push-ups, not to sweat, just to get the blood flowing. He wants to daven shachos at Azab Bren. See what? Huh? What's that? Not to build muscle. No, Shuma's not going to be boina. Noch, are you with me?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah? A few, not to make a person sweat, and not in a weekday. Of course, Shabbos clothing for Shtetzach, that's possible. Shabbos, you wear Shabbos clothing, right? Anyway, so exercising, if it's not made for Samamonim, it's okay. Sometimes the person needs a massage, right? Or for example, a person has, we went to Tveria, and we were zoichet to see Rav Kook, right? Azad Tzaddik. So if you were zoichet to see him sitting down, they're massaging his blood circulation. Now that's a very important thing. If a person needs that, then avada, that's mutter. A person that needs a massage in a non-professional way is going to be mutter, right? People go around, they go around the Beis Medrash and think, geschmack, right? Say that. That's mutter to do on Shabbos, right? That's not a real massage. It's not done for sweat. It's not a professional. It's not a weekday activity. That's dumb, and that would be okay. Okay, that's the gabe exercising, because pills cannot be used for such a thing, and that's why it's okay. Next, using and putting in a brace, right, on Shabbos to straighten the teeth, retainers, to put in a brace or a retainer, not on the hand. That's a good question, by the way. To put one on the hands or something like that, or the knee, whatever, something like that. But let's start with the mouth, right? To straighten your teeth. As far as I'm aware of, there is no pill that you can take or medication that you can take to straighten your teeth. Either you put it in or you don't put it in. That's just the Metzias. So Mimela, to use that, of course, is mutter on Shabbos. There's no Issa, because that's you're straightening your goof, you're fixing your goof, it's type of refuah, it's a healing. The answer is there's nothing you can be done through medication, and that's why it's mutter. What's that?
You don't do it, you did, you go back to where you...
That could be. Doesn't make a difference. Oh, you mean Al-Sachon, are you worried about?
No.
There's no achon. It's a good question, achona, by the way. It's a good question, by the way, Refuah. There's no achon anyway. You do it every day. What?
You did what's it called? After you get braces. So if you want to go back to where it was before.
That could be, but there's no medication that you can take. If there's no medication, then it's okay. A person... That's also fine. Oh, you mean it's even better because it's prevention? Yeah. Okay, that could be. We didn't actually talk about prevention yet. We have to talk about prevention. Next, a person has a foreign object in his body. For example, a splinter. Let's say a person has a splinter. It's a meichash. We're not dealing with a choli shein b'sakana. By the way, people don't know this, right? That if a person, Rachmanan litzlan laleinu laleichem, we should never know, gets a splinter in between the skin of his finger and his nail, call an ambulance on Shabbos Kodesh in the regular way. It's bekuach nefesh. The person can die. It's one of the most painful things. A person can die. You call an ambulance on Shabbos Kodesh. But leaving that aside, person gets a small splinter, it annoys him. Maybe it's a bit painful, right? Taking it out is a refuah. He's healing himself. It's a meichash, it's also the refuah. The answer is, there is no pill that can allow such a thing. And since there's no pill, it's mutter. You'll ask me what's happened if it's going to bleed. It's a good kasha. A person, b'mokim tzad godel, there's a mokim to say you can take it out even if you know vada, it's a psik meisha, it's going to bleed, because of dova she'enim eschaven, and lo nichalei, and b'lacha she'en tzricha legufa, many other reasons. But akaponim, of course, we should try to take it out in a way that it will not cause bleeding, because causing bleeding, of course, is a problem. A person that falls, a child that falls, remember, children, by the way, have an automatic different din. We'll talk about children a different time. Choli she'en b'sakana in most cases, and most medications are mutter for children. We're talking about adults right now. What's the din of an adult? for sure over bar mitzvah, maybe even younger. But the point is like this. The point is, what happens if a person falls and gets a bruise? Or before he gets the bruise, or before it starts swelling, he wants to put a cold press, or put some ice, or whatever it is, or in a bag of frozen peas on it, in order to stop the swelling, right? It's a very common thing that people do when people fall, right? That refuah, what's with refuah on Shabbos? The answer is there is no pill that you could take to stop the swelling. Maybe the bruising, yeah, but you're doing it to stop the swelling, then that would be okay. In that case, there is no problem with a person gets burnt, Rahman litzlan, to put your hand underwater. You're doing it, of course, to heal yourself, to make sure you don't get blisters, to make sure you don't get burn patches, whatever. So that would be mutter, because once again, there is no pill that can be taken. A person that feels sick and he wants to use a hot water bottle, by the way, using a hot water bottle comes into many different shilas. One of them is, the famous one is what? Reish Nun Zayin, which is Hatmana, beautiful, Zev. Gavaldik. Hatmana, right? Is that called Hatmana in a hot water bottle? Obviously the answer is no. Thank you. It's not a Hatmana shaila. It's a shaila, but rather it's not Hatmana. But we have a famous Gemara. Those of you that are learning Shabbos, Daf Mem Amud Beis, you'll notice, you learn Tosfos over there also, that the chashash of a hot water bottle is that maybe it will open and spill and burn a person. That's what Tosfos says. Al Kaponim, Shulchan Aruch brings it, and Shulchan Vav Sifav also. That's why you can't use a hot water bottle. But nowadays they come with a closure, which we're okay with that. Most poskim hold that using a hot water bottle is mutter. Even though there are those who are machmeh, most Gedolei poskim hold that using a hot water bottle on Shabbos is okay. There is no problem with refuah in that situation. Moving on, Rabbi Isai. Inducing vomiting. What the Gemara calls apik tvesen. What's apik tvesen? Apik tvesen. To get rid of the extra food. By the way, the shaila is, it's a shaila baltashkis. When you do that, why is it a shaila baltashkis? What's the shaila baltashkis when you make yourself vomit? You're wasting the food. Wrong. It's a mistake. It's a mistake of the world. Many mistakes. The mistake is that now you're going to be hungry and want to eat more. So it's done baltashkis. That's the baltashkis. No, it's not the same thing. The shaila is on the din of the chetzo or the gavra. Okay. Inducing vomiting in a situation when a person is in pain. Sometimes a person has a stomach ache, and if he vomits, he knows he's going to feel better. So, of course, that would be mutter. In that, there's no problem over there. A person has an earache, a child, very negeya. You want to flush out the ear. There's certain things you could do to get rid of the wax and to get rid of it. Again, that would be mutter in that case, because once again, there is no pill that can be taken. Chazan that wants to swallow a raw egg in order for, it enhances the voice apparently, right? No, it enhances the voice. So all of these things would be mutter in that case. Mouthwash, deodorant, all of these things are not refuah. Interesting. What about spraying with insect repellent to make sure that you don't get mosquito bites? All of these things are mutter. First of all, it's a prevention, like Aaron said, that's true. But also because there's no refuah involved in it, there's no medication that you can take in order to do that, and therefore that is okay in that case. So the basic idea of what we're saying, Rabbi Say, is even a blocked nose. Shlomo Zalman says, what do you use for a blocked nose? There's that, what word is it? What's it called? What's it called? There's the name of it. No, they asked me to advertise it. What's it called? No. Vicks! Vicks, right? You put it on, you can smear also, but smearing obviously is more of a problem because of the smearing shabai. But using Vicks, the owner knows what Vicks is?
Yeah. The cream.
No, it's like a little thing you put in your nose as well. Geschmack. Schmeckt gut. Right? So that according to most poskim is mutter. Why? Because it doesn't heal the blocked nose. It just opens the passages. That's not called a healing. Rabbi said the general rule is, let's finish the category of a mechash. A mechash ba'alma means that a person is in a little bit of discomfort, he feels a little bit sick, he's a little bit shvach. That is considered to be someone that would not go to bed, and therefore all refuah is also except in the situations that we said previously, crushing it before Shabbos, and all these sorts of things that we spoke about. And of course, if a pill cannot be used, then it's more to do the things that we spoke about today. Mitzvah Hashem, tomorrow we're going to go into the category number 2, which is Choyle She'ein Bo Sakana, which is we're going to talk about children and we'll talk about adults. When are they always allowed to take medication in all situations? Important to understand, important to know. Be'ez Hashem, tomorrow we'll get there.